what the Commission has therefore in effect found is that the northwest artificial reef created by the Gibraltar government, it has found has been created within our jurisdiction, within our member state, in the waters of the isthmus of Gibraltar, and that it has no transboundary effect on what the waters of the other member states, Spain, may happen further along. So that is a hugely significant finding for Gibraltar about sovereignty, jurisdiction, and control of that water. Equally hugely important, if you allow me to just continue the answer for a little bit longer, is the finding that the bunkering that goes on throughout British Gibraltar territorial waters, and some of it goes on in an area which Spain has very disloyally tried to designate as its own SAC, or LIC as they call it in Spanish, is happening in a manner which is in keeping with the management of the environment in the area. That must mean that the only relevant SAC for the Commission in determining that is the Gibraltar SAC, which allows bunkering in that area.
So the European Commission has got itself into a little bit of a quandary, if your interpretation is correct, because what it said now conflicts with the Spanish waters designation.
The site has been designated, or the Commission has allowed Spain to designate the site as a Spanish site, but the Commission has obviously had to consider very carefully what its power is, and its power is not to grant jurisdiction beyond that which is recognized by the member states to each other in UNCLOS and in other international documents, and therefore the only relevant sovereign party in respect of that area of water is the United Kingdom member state. And what the Commission has done is, well, whatever, I think in my view, say, whatever I may have done by recognizing the wrong lick at the wrong time because Spain behaved so disloyally, the only management plan I'm going to recognize is the Gibraltar management plan, and the Gibraltar management plan allows for bunkering in that area. So therefore what people need to understand is that this is a huge step forward for Gibraltar in snookering the SAC declared by Spain in the southern part of Gibraltar waters, but an equally huge step forward in identifying at a European level only, that the waters off the isthmus of Gibraltar, those which we have often been told by Spain are the ones she feels more sure of because the isthmus was never ceded, etc., what the reef has done, and anybody who understood the international legal implications of creating the reef there would have seen this coming, what the reef has done is put at a European level now beyond peradventure the fact that that is British Gibraltar territorial water and that there is a boundary with Spanish territorial water somewhere beyond.
Would it be naive for us to expect that following this ruling, Spain will now no longer object to bunkering, to the east side project and to the reef?
All I can tell you is that if Spain takes now the next step, which is the only next step available to it, of starting the proceedings in the European Court of Justice against the European Commission because of these findings, then Gibraltar will be very happy indeed that there's going to be an opportunity to ventilate all of these issues in the European Court of Justice. We might not be immediately able to be a party to those proceedings, but we would certainly, with the UK, be influencing what happens there. The UK would very likely be able to intervene and very likely would intervene in those proceedings. I would say to Spain, if you are so sure of your case, then the challenge must be to agree that that European Court of Justice panel of judges should not include either a Spanish judge or a British judge. Both the United Kingdom and Gibraltar took very badly the actions of a particular Spanish judge, Ms. La Puerta, previously, who we think acted totally contrary to the provisions in the charter or in the treaties for judges to act in the European Court, and acted actually in the national interest of Spain. So we would challenge Spain to go to the court, but agree that there should be no Spanish or British judge, and let us finally ventilate these issues, because as I have always said, an objective and fair tribunal cannot but find for Gibraltar on these issues, as the Commission, acting fairly and impartially, has already done.